Hey Reds, what went down at Anfield after the final whistle against Burnley was a proper watershed moment in our club's modern history. A 1-1 draw. On paper, just dropped points in a long season. It happens, but the reaction from the stands, that loud, mass booing, is a symptom of a much deeper sickness than just one bad night at the office. We haven't managed to beat a single one of the 3 promoted sides at home this season. Last time that happened was 1980-1981. That is a historic anti-record you simply can't ignore. This is the worst Liverpool side in 145 years. Let's talk about this honestly. No sugarcoating, no corporate PR nonsense. Let's figure out why fans feel cheated and why Van Dijk has drawn the ire of the supporters. This is Liverpool Life. Let's get into it. Reds, don't forget to subscribe and smash that like button if you can't stomach watching Liverpool play right now either. I'll start with what Gretel does the most, the reaction from the stands and the captain's words. We can see a clear disconnect between how the players perceive reality and how we, the fans, see it. When Virgil van Dijk came out after the match saying he didn't like the booing and the team needs support, it just felt unjust. He literally said, "I don't like boos from my own fans." The statement is completely out of touch with reality. This comment caused the Liverpool Live app to explode with activity, the likes of which we haven't seen in a long time. You have to see it to believe it. It's a real civil war out there. The link will be in the description below the video and in the pinned comment. We, the fans, bagged the team for 90 minutes. The boos only rang out for 20 seconds after the match, and when the captain focuses on that, it looks like he's trying to shift the blame. Our message is simple. Don't lecture us on how to be fans. Show us game worth supporting. People pay top dollar, give up their time, and in return, get moaned at by millionaires who drive back to their mansions after the game. Booing is our only feedback tool when the product on the pitch doesn't meet Liverpool standards. And let's be honest, we aren't booing because of the result. We are booing because of the boredom. What we've been seeing on the pitch lately can only be described as dull. Endless passing around the back with zero intent to threaten. It drives us mad when our defender chooses a back pass to the keeper from a corner instead of whipping a risky ball in. It kills the atmosphere. When the stadium chants attack, 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 it's not a demand to score immediately. It's a cry from the soul that we want to see football, not an imitation of it. We want to see passion, not cold calculation that isn't working. Plenty of people are defending our slot right now, pointing at 61% possession stats and XG numbers. But let's dig deeper and look at the data that actually matters to our DNA. Having the ball is all well and good, but the problem is we've stopped winning it back. This season Liverpool sits second to bottom in the Premier League for tackles made. Last season we were 13th, which was already worrying, but dropping to the bottom is a catastrophe. Look at the individual stats of the players left from the club era. The average drop in tackles is nearly 46%. That can't be a coincidence. That is a direct managerial instruction and a change in the tactical blueprint, or if you like, a lowering of standards. Look at the figures. Salah is tackling 61% less, Bradley 63% less. Even Van Dijk has dropped his tackling activity by 53%. We've stopped being mentality monsters. Even Gakpo or Ekitike are putting up numbers half of what Diaz or Nunez did in their prime. But amidst this decline, there is one unique exception, Dominic Szoboszlai. He's the only one who hasn't dropped off. He's actually improved his tackling. Compared to the others, he looks like a statistical monster and is earning every penny of his wage. All his detailed stats and the whole team's wage bill are in the Liverpool Live app. Go and have a look yourself who's actually grafting and who's just pretending. Link is in the description and pinned comment. In practice, it looks like this. We run at the opponent, put the brakes in front of him, pretend to press, but don't make contact. We don't counter-press anymore. We've forgotten about gegenpressing. We just retreat. In our opinion, Slot has turned a Premier League team into an Eredivisie team. You cannot win in England without physical contact. When forwards don't tackle, the opponent easily plays out from the back. When midfielders avoid the duo, our midfield becomes a turnstile. Opponents don't fear us anymore. They know they'll have time to make a decision. That fear factor that Anfield held over opponents for years has vanished. And that is the scariest part. In this tense atmosphere, Steven Gerrard's words became a moment of truth. Even though they are on a better run in terms of unbeaten games, the draws to the likes of Leeds and Burnley at home, you know and I know that is not acceptable. When a club legend, the man who is the benchmark of our standards, says the situation is unacceptable, it changes everything. Before this, we might have hesitated, minced our words to avoid looking toxic, but Stephen G legitimized our anger. His words are the voice of the club's conscience. And don't give me that we are fourth rubbish. It's a weak fourth place. The level of the league has dropped this year, and us being there is down to circumstances, not our strength. We are only 1 point ahead of Manchester United, who have already sacked their manager. That is a killer argument. We shouldn't be measuring ourselves against club in crisis. Gerrard voiced what we feel intuitively. Our standards have slipped. The parallels with the Rodgers era are becoming terrifying. Even under Hodgson, the points per game average was higher. Under Slot, in the last 17 games, it's 1.24 points on average. Hodgson had 125. Our identity has always been our intensity. As Jurgen said, our identity is our intensity. Now the intensity is gone, and therefore the Liverpool we love is gone too. But there is another factor turning this crisis into genuine panic. The name of that factor is Xabi Alonso. The news that he has become a free agent has radically changed how we look at things. Before we thought, okay, Slot isn't ideal, but who replaces him? Now there is a replacement. And not just a coach, but a man who understands our philosophy, who could have been Klopp's perfect heir from the very start. We need to move fast. Alonso won't be free for long. If we don't act now, City will snap him up and we'll be kicking ourselves for the next 5 years. I don't want us to follow the path of Manchester United, who stuck with Solskjaer or Ten Hag for years out of blind stubbornness. The argument, we don't change managers mid-season, doesn't wash with me anymore. We don't need stability if it's stability in degradation. Alonso symbolizes a return to authenticity. Xabi's availability makes every subsequent mistake by Slot fatal. Of course, we hear the voices of those trying to defend the manager. They talk about 32 shots against Burnley, about 3 xG. They say Slot can't go out there and score for the strikers. But these arguments don't convince us anymore. The communication is annoying too. When the manager says, I don't hear booing, I hear disappointment, I feel like we are being dislighted. We are seeing dead, soulless football, and they are reading us spreadsheets. There are also questions for FSG. Is their ego too big to admit a mistake? The argument, he won us the league last season, is history now. We can't live in the past. We've been average for 10 months. Football doesn't stand still. If we clinch to yesterday's achievements, we'll lose tomorrow. Also, massive questions regarding the transfers of Gueye and Semenyo. Where are they? In Manchester. 20 million for Gueye. Seriously? We didn't even try. We are gonna be held hostage by Konate, who can't make a decision, while a rival has shored up their defense for years. Now we have to find a worthy alternative that will cost 2-3 times as much. Semenyo is going to a club where massive competition awaits him, instead of coming to Liverpool where the road to the starting lineup was open. What does that say? Terrible management. This season is a season of errors, which is unacceptable in a post-championship period, and it looks like no one is learning lessons because they tell us about the process and that everything is under control. The only comfort is that Slot, Edwards, and Hughes have 18 months left on their contracts. That is the time to fix it, otherwise they have to go. So, to sum up, the Liverpool crisis isn't a crisis of results. If we played with passion, with fire in our eyes, but just got unlucky, we would applaud the team without question. Anfield forgives defeats, but Anfield never forgives indifference. The tackling data is a damning verdict. Dropping the intensity by 50% has turned our heavy metal into a lullaby. They don't fear us anymore. It's a stalemate. We have a manager building an energy-saving style of football that feels alien to us. We have angry stands backed by Gerrard, and we have the shadow of Xabi Alonso who could fix everything. The choice before us is simple, but brutal. Either we clinch to stability and become mediocre, or we take a risk for a change to get our identity back. And judging by the whistles in the stadium, we've got no patience left. What do you think about this? Let us know in the comments. Let's finally vent everything that's been boiling up. We need to be heard. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, drop a like, and see you next time. You'll never walk alone. Bye-bye.